How's everybody doing? Welcome back to my channel. I am here at the restaurant waiting for my client so we can have our consultation. I got the chips ready, the salsa. I'm here at the restaurant where I love the aesthetic. I like how everything looks. And finally, my client got here. So we're just getting ready to go over every single idea. All I know is that he wanted something cultural, something that represents the Mexica culture, Otomis, Anahuac. So that's exactly what I'm going to be customizing for him. And we ordered some delicious food. I got some enchiladas. I think he also got some enchiladas as well. It was really delicious. I finally made it back home, so now I'm ready to start customizing. The idea is right on the top, I'm gonna be doing the deity of the death, Mictlatecutli. And the glyph that represents Mictlatecutli, it is squinkly, so that's what I did as a headdress. As far as the bottom, we have the feather serpent, which is Quetzalcoatl. And I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to customize the whole sleeve. I want everything to look very aesthetic. And as far as the middle, I did add some sort of shield which represents the mom of Quetzalcoatl, which her name is Chimalma. I also wanted to represent the dad of Quetzalcoatl, so I'm going to be adding it right on the top. And I also wanted to represent the sun and corn, just because it's very it really means a lot to the Mexica culture, which I'll probably be explaining later on in this video. And to finalize it, I added on the bottom the body of Quetzalcoatl, and I'm pretty much ready to go. I got my dog here for emotional support, but apparently I think I'm more of the emotional support for her. And here I am opening up the shop, getting ready to start the day. I got my breakfast here, spinach and egg. Breakfast for champions. Finally, my client got there, so I'm gonna start getting ready to put on the stencil. And as you can tell, we're just, we look very relaxed. He was about to get on top of the bed from the front side of it, and I thought the whole bed was gonna flip. I said, "Hey, hold on, chill out. Get on the bed through the side," and you can see me making fun of him a little bit. I always start putting on the stencil on the arm. I feel like it really shapes the rest of the project. Then I started adding the Quetzalcoatl on the forearm, and I started adding the little details. I decided to also freehand as well, just because I knew it was going to give me a lot more flexibility to customize something amazing and really go with the definition of his arm. Just because the elbow can be very tricky, I wanted it to look very aesthetic. And here I am cheering with my client some water. But I also wanted to let him know we got some special juice, some mezcal. But I don't recommend it. I added the black already just because I feel like it's very boring part of the video. I think everyone who watches me know how to pack black, I'm assuming. So I decided to skip that part, and I wanted to go ahead and start adding the texture. I'm explaining that I wanted the contrast to start from the top of Quetzalcoatl and start fading it down onto the wrist. Just because I want Quetzalcoatl to really glow, I wanted the darkest point to be behind the head. I am using my 14 round liner, as I always do. And as far as the voltage that I'm using on my machine, it is a 5.0 voltage. As I always do, I never really change my voltage, and whoever's been watching me since I started my channel, I've never changed my voltage, and I've never changed my technique. I'm pretty sure everyone can tell exactly what I'm doing, which is the scribble technique. It never changes. I just feel like I always have good results. But I did wanted to start adding my contrast on the bottom of every glyph, every little design, because I wanted the light source to start on the top of every item. And I'm still adding my contrast, my texture. I'm just trying to get a feel of what is the direction that I want to take. And as far as right now, I'm starting to get a little bit more comfortable. I wanted the wrist to be very, very detailed. Everything is going to be very detailed, but I feel like for the wrist, I needed to be a little bit more mindful as far as how it ends, just because it is the first thing people are going to be looking at. So I wanted them to feel, like I wanted to have like a wow factor. And you can tell I'm getting more comfortable now. I'm starting to add my little cracks everywhere to really make it look like stone. And I wanted to show how it looks. This is the look that I'm going for. I really love the way it looks. So now I'm going to be matching the same texture onto Quetzalcoatl, the feather serpent. And you know, I feel that what I'm thinking right now, I really got to be careful on how much black I add on the face. Because if I add a lot of black, it is not going to look like it's glowing. The background got to be dark. Quetzalcoatl is going to be super bright. And this is where I'm going to start adding my texture. I feel like this is a really good spot since you guys already know exactly how I'm going to be executing it. I'm going to share just a little bit of how I ended up customizing this outer sleeve. And I'm sure you can find it on Google, different versions and stuff like that. I do like reading a lot as far as the culture. As many of you know, I study the culture a lot. So just a quick little story behind this sleeve. Just so I don't take too much time. Quetzalcoatl ended up going down into the underworld, which is called El Mictlán. And the whole purpose of his journey crossing the 9 rivers of El Mictlán, the underworld, is that he wanted to ask Mictlatecutli, which is the deity that's located on the top of the shoulder, the deity of the death. He had in his possession the bones of the ancestors. So what Quetzalcoatl wanted to do was ask for them back so he can recreate humanity, basically save us and create the new civilization that was going to be living in the world. So he ended up crossing the 9 rivers of the underworld. He asked Mictlatecutli, can I please have these bones back? He said, you know what? Yeah, you can have them back. He gave them back. But shortly after, Mictlatecutli regretted his decision and he said, you know what? I think I messed up. I want them back. So he ended up creating a whole bunch of obstacles so Quetzalcoatl couldn't be able to make it back. And, you know, he ended up making it back even though he was really hurt. He was bleeding everywhere. He had a lot of wounds open and he was dying. And he basically died. And he shortly after he resurrected. And from the bones, he ended up just mashing them together with corn. That's why I added the corn implemented, because he ended up mixing together corn and the bones plus some part of his blood. He ended up pouring a little bit of his blood from the wounds that were open into the mix, and that's how he created the new civilization, and they called it the 5th sun. And that is just a little bit of the story. I can keep going, of course, but I'm gonna take forever. As you can see now, I'm focusing on the contrast of Quetzalcoatl. I wanted to make sure that it really glows. So I'm being very careful how much black I add. As you can see, I'm moving very slowly. I do not wanna compromise the piece. And I'm still using my 4-team liner with my voltage of a 5.0. I'm really having fun with this piece. And if I'm talking too much, just mute this video and just enjoy the execution of this project. I can get carried away with explaining things, and I don't know, I just get very excited when I'm explaining these kind of things. And yeah, I know it's annoying sometimes, but if you like culture, hey, you might just enjoy this video. But yeah, I'm currently I'm really loving these videos where I just do a voiceover and really explain my process. I was getting some feedback from a lot of my subscribers. You know, I feel like a lot of you enjoy more this kind of videos, vlogging style maybe. So let me know in the comments, what do you like? What would you like me to post a little bit more of? But yeah, I'm still really being careful how much black I add. I did want to focus a lot on the background because I do feel like the items that are going to be glowing, they're going to be very standard, my bad. They're going to be they're going to be the center of attention. I don't even know why I said standard. But yeah, I am here. We're taking a quick little break. I really want to step back and really see the whole entire thing. So you can see I'm really taking my time. I look laser focused to make sure the contrast and the highlights are in the right areas. You can tell my client is feeling a little tired. And here I'm telling Chris, hey man, wake up, get to work. And here I am, I'm feeling more confident now, knowing how everything's coming out. So all I gotta do now is just continue with the same texture. These kind of concepts they're super fun. They're super fun, especially because I gave everything a meaning, which makes this a lot more meaningful, a lot more symbolic to my client. And I'm able to tell his story as well. I did not pick these deities at random. I listened to my client's story. He is a cop, so he goes out there being a warrior every single day, trying to protect the community. He is also the provider for the family, so he needs to make sure that he's always, being able to come home and provide, and take care of the family and the community, and risking his life every single day. He also mentioned that in this line, you never know. Anything can happen any day. His life is always at risk. So that is why he wanted to get Mictlatecutli on the top to represent death, but it also represents life. It is not a bad thing. Death is not a bad thing. It is just a place that your body goes and rests, according to the mythology of the Mexica culture, of course. As you can tell here, I am adding the corn. And I already finished the shield of Chimalma, which is the mom of Quetzalcoatl. And you can see right now I'm doing the corn. As far as the top, what you see, those little triangles with little circles in the middle, that is meant to represent the fifth sun, which is called Tonati. And that is connected to Quetzalcoatl and everything else in the Mexica culture, like the Aztec calendar. And that is the incorrect name. I always like to just say the Aztec calendar, just so I can not lose anyone. But the actual name of the Aztec calendar, it is Tonalmasho. So yeah, I wanted to add that just to represent that as well, and be able to tell the story, and make sure that it really tells the story correctly, of course. And at this point, I'm still using, I ended up switching my 14 mil liner. Now that I'm using a different cartridge, I'm still using a 14 mil liner, but at this point I took out a new cartridge, because I felt like the other one, I don't know, I just felt like it was getting a little old. I don't even know if that even makes sense. I don't know if any artist goes through this, but I do feel like the needles can lose a little bit of that sharpness, so they get a little nasty. So I always like to get new ones. And you can tell here I'm vibing, bro. My client, he is hurting, but I'm over here being annoying as hell. But I said, all right, let's get back to work. Let's chill out. We're in a home stretch right now. We're about to finish day 1 and we're ready to go home. But here it is. You can tell he's getting a little, tired. And this is day 2. I knew it was going to be a short day, so I wanted to just go ahead and get to work. No more vlogging. just get it done. The little circles that you guys see right underneath the tongue, I didn't get a chance to record it, but they have a little circle in the middle and they're empty. That is meant to represent the father of Quetzalcoatl. The father's name, it is Mixcoatl, which means the serpents of the clouds. And right now I'm working on Mictlatecutli, which is represented as death. So I did a skull, and this is the area that I want to make it glow. So I'm adding as much texture as I can, but also being very light with the texture. I'm not doing too much. I'm doing just enough. Still using my 14 liner with my 5.0 voltage, constantly changing to new cartridges, so they're fresh and new. But at this point, I'm just having fun. My client is just relaxed now. He knows it's the last day. We are doing a full entire sleeve, so this is just the first visit from him. Very soon we're gonna be booking for the inner bicep, and I cannot wait to complete this sleeve. This is gonna look insane. I already know. I'm not even gonna say too much of what I'm gonna be doing, because I'm gonna get carried away. I'm just gonna enjoy this. But yeah, I'm getting very close to finishing. I'm not taking a lot of breaks today. I wanted my client to come in and out, you know. Let's get it done. I'm not taking a lot of breaks. I wanted him just to go home and rest, because I know he works a graveyard, so he's always working at nighttime, and I know he's exhausted. And I wanted to take, I wanted to be efficient with my time today. And I already started the dog. The dog is meant to represent the dog is meant to be your companion, the one that's going to guide you through the 9 rivers of the underworld, so they can lead you to the afterlife, so you can rest forever. If you haven't seen the movie Coco, watch it, and that is basically explaining this part of the tattoo. And if you've seen it, you know who Dante is. And I'm really excited. I'm not going to be adding a whole bunch of contrast on this, because I know he's going to be coming back. So I do not want to ruin future plans. So I got to be very, very mindful on this area. I don't want to overdo the contrast until we add the background for this piece and the shoulder piece. So with that being said, if you're a tattoo artist, I hope you learned something from this video. And if you're a tattoo enthusiast, I hope you were entertained. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.